All right, so here's my really quick demo of the Balaboka text-to-speech app. You can go through the app and get more information if you want to. Essentially, I'm going to look at a few things. So one is, why does mine look different? So just go to View, and you have different skins here, and so you can make it look different. The main crux of this is getting script and converting that to narration. And so a few things I'll point out here. One is I'm using SAPI 5, so that's actually going to pull in the voices that you have on your Windows system. Now I installed a few other voices, but I think you're going to get David as a default, or maybe there's David and Zero. I installed a few different Microsoft ones, so we're going to go ahead. Let's go ahead and go with the Mark Mobile. So you select your voice, and you're going to already have two voices to start. And that might be fine for you. You can change the rate and the pitch. So it's going to change the voice a little bit. And then the volume. I'm just going to paste some text in here that I have from an old script I did. So you can see I've got a lot of text in here. Let me actually delete this extra text. So we'll just do a small paragraph. And I can preview this.
Going to do a really quick overview of Articulate Presenter 360
so you can see that it works, or maybe you can hear that. So if I'm happy with this, then I'm just going to save this as an audio file. So I'm just going to go up here. You can export that as audio. You can file and save audio file, and then you're going to get a WAV or MP3. So that's basically how to output it. I'll show you a couple other things that's kind of nice. So you've got your built-in voices that come with your system. You can install some other voices, and their website shows you how to do that. The other thing that's kind of nice, you go to Tools, and you do have the Google translation or Google narration. So if I paste some text in here and I start playing that, I hit save and it'll play it, and I'll get a slightly different voice than I might if I'm using the built-in voices. So that gives you a couple of options there, and I think there's like a 5,000 character limit, so quite a few characters, but you can play around with that. So you've got basically two pre-built voices, and then you can install other voices, or you can even use a Google thing and do the voices. Now I'll show you a couple things that are really neat about this. One is I can paste in a longer script. Now what you'll notice is on this longer script here, I have double space lines. And so I can export this entire script, and where there's double space lines, it's going to create a second audio file. So it's going to actually break up my audio. So if I have a really long narration, I can do that. So all I have to do is go to File, Split and Convert to Audio File. So when I click on that, you can see the options here. I have a demo folder, so we're just going to go with the WAV as a default. You can see you've got some other output options. We'll create a subfolder here, and you can use a base document name. So I'll call this Tom Test, and we can do that, and then you can add a number. I like to add a number before the file name so that the files are in sequence. And then you can see your different splitting methods. So you have different ones. I'm going to use two empty lines, and I'm going to go ahead and do split and convert, and that should give me 8 audio files. And you can see it's going to do this, and you can see now it's splitting this into 8 audio files. Now if I come into my folder that I just created, there's my Tom Test folder, and now I have 8 audio files, and if I play those.
A really quick overview of Articulate Presenter 360 so that you can see what's included and how.
So you can see how that works. Again, the audio is not super great, at least the default ones, but you know, these are kind of robotic voices, so it is what it is. One other thing, let me go ahead and delete all of this text here, Control A, and we'll hit delete. You can also do a batch conversion, so you don't even need to bring everything in here. So let's say I'm going to come up to Tools, I'm going to do a batch converter, and I can do the same thing with the splitting. So I'm going to open that up, And actually, that's not what I want to do. I want to do this. I want to do the tools, and I want to do file splitter. And I find my file, and I have my output folders and do everything. Select by 2 empty lines, and then it'll output, and it does the same thing. So I don't even need to open up the document and copy and paste the text in there unless I want to. Now, one of the advantages of copying and pasting the text is, for example, on this, it says in this tutorial we're going to do a really quick overview of Articulate Presenter. Now I might call it 360 because it's listed like this, it's going to say 360. So when you're listening to the script, you might want to change that. So now I would type it in so it's actually going to read it the way I want it to and not just read the numbers. So that's a really, really quick overview. It's a great little app. It's free. And then you can learn more about how to use it. But for me, I use it for really quick outputting of text, and then I can insert those into my modules.